Hello and welcome to another episode of Controversial Chronicles. Today, we're taking a deep dive into some of the biggest scandals in the world of sports. From fixed games to performance-enhancing drugs, these scandals have raised serious questions about the integrity of the athletes and organizations involved. But they have also provided a fascinating insight into the cutthroat world of professional sports and the lengths that some people will go to win at all costs. So, without further ado, let's get started. We'll begin with the Black Sox scandal, one of the most notorious incidents in the history of professional sports. In the 1919 World Series, several members of the Chicago White Sox were accused of accepting bribes to throw the games. Despite a strong performance in the series, the White Sox went on to lose to the Cincinnati Reds in what many believe was a fixed outcome. The scandal was a major blow to the reputation of baseball and led to several of the players involved being banned from the sport for life. Next, we have the Boston College point shaving scandal. In the late 1950s, several Boston College basketball players were involved in a point shaving scheme where they would deliberately miss shots in order to manipulate the outcome of games. The scandal was uncovered by the authorities, and several of the players involved were arrested and banned from basketball for life. The incident was a major embarrassment for Boston College and raised serious questions about the state of college sports and the influence of gambling in the sport. The Lance Armstrong doping scandal was one of the most shocking and far-reaching scandals in the history of sports. The scandal involved the seven-time Tour de France winner being stripped of his titles and banned from the sport for using performance-enhancing drugs. Armstrong had long been a hero to many, admired for his skill and determination on the bike. But the scandal revealed a darker side to the cyclist's success. For years, Armstrong had been using a sophisticated system of performance-enhancing drugs and blood transfusions to gain an unfair advantage over his competitors. The scandal had far-reaching consequences, not only for Armstrong but for the sport of cycling as a whole. It raised serious questions about the use of performance-enhancing drugs in sports and the measures that need to be taken to maintain the integrity of the game. But the scandal also had a silver lining. It served as a wake-up call for athletes and fans alike, reminding us of the importance of honesty, integrity, and fair play in sports. It showed us that true success comes from hard work and dedication, not from cheating or cutting corners. Since the scandal, there have been significant efforts to clean up the sport of cycling and other sports as well. New testing protocols and stricter penalties have been put in place to deter athletes from using performance-enhancing drugs. In the early 2000s, Salt Lake City was gearing up to host the 2002 Winter Olympics. The city was ecstatic about the prospect of being the center of the winter sports universe, and residents were thrilled about the economic boom that was expected to come with the games. However, what many people didn't know at the time was that the process to win the bid for the games was marred by corruption and bribery. Members of the International Olympic Committee were given gifts, cash, and lavish vacations in exchange for their support of Salt Lake City's bid. The scandal broke in 1998 when an anonymous tip led to an investigation by the Salt Lake Organizing Committee and the United States Olympic Committee. The investigation uncovered a web of corruption and bribery that had been going on for years. It was revealed that the Salt Lake Organizing Committee had spent millions of dollars on gifts and other perks for International Olympic Committee members, including trips to Disneyland, expensive watches, and even plastic surgery. Some IOC members were also given college scholarships for their children and jobs for their relatives. In the aftermath of the scandal, several high-ranking officials from the Salt Lake Organizing Committee and United States Olympic Committee were forced to resign. International Olympic Committee also launched its own investigation and ultimately expelled 6 members who were found to have taken bribes. The scandal had a significant impact on the reputation of the Olympics and led to a series of reforms to improve the transparency and accountability of the bidding process. The Tim Donaghy betting scandal was one of the most shocking and controversial events in the history of the NBA. Donaghy, a former NBA referee, was accused of betting on games that he officiated and providing inside information to gamblers. The scandal sent shockwaves through the NBA and the sports world as a whole. It raised serious questions about the integrity of the game and the measures that need to be taken to prevent corruption in sports. Donaghy ultimately pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and transmitting betting information. He was sentenced to 15 months in prison and banned from ever working in the NBA again. The scandal had far-reaching consequences for the NBA, leading to a renewed focus on sports betting and gambling regulations. The league implemented new rules and procedures to prevent similar scandals from occurring in the future. But the scandal also had a more profound impact on the fans of the game. It shattered the illusion of the impartial referee, casting doubt on the fairness of the game itself. It was a reminder that sports, like any other industry, can be susceptible to corruption and deceit. The FIFA corruption scandal was one of the biggest scandals in the history of sports. The scandal involved allegations of bribery, fraud, and money laundering involving high-ranking officials within FIFA, the international governing body for soccer. The scandal sent shockwaves through the world of soccer, casting doubt on the integrity of the game and raising serious questions about the governance and transparency of FIFA. The scandal came to light in 2015 when Swiss authorities raided a hotel in Zurich and arrested several FIFA officials on corruption charges. The investigation revealed that FIFA officials had accepted bribes totaling more than $150 million in exchange for awarding lucrative contracts and other favors. The scandal led to the resignation of FIFA's president, Sepp Blatter, and the arrests of dozens of other officials. It also resulted in significant changes to the governance and transparency of FIFA, including the introduction of new ethics rules, greater accountability, and transparency measures. The scandal also had significant political implications, as it highlighted the close ties between football and governments around the world. The scandal led to calls for greater regulation and oversight of football organizations, both at the national and international levels. The Spygate scandal that hit the NFL in 2007 was a major controversy that sent shockwaves through the league. It was revealed that the New England Patriots had been illegally filming the signals of opposing teams during games, which was a clear violation of league rules. The scandal led to an investigation by the NFL, which resulted in the Patriots being penalized with hefty fines, the loss of draft picks, and the suspension of their head coach, Bill Belichick. The controversy began when the New York Jets accused the Patriots of filming their defensive signals during a game on September 9, 2007. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell launched an investigation and found that the Patriots had indeed been illegally filming opponents' signals. New England faced disciplinary action from the league body. The team was fined $250,000, while Belichick was fined $500,000, the largest sum ever levied against a head coach in NFL history. The Patriots also forfeited a first-round draft pick. The fallout from the scandal was intense and widespread. Many fans, players, and even some NFL officials called for the Patriots' Super Bowl victories to be revoked, arguing that the illegal filming gave the team an unfair advantage. Some argued that New England's success was built on a foundation of cheating, and that the franchise and Belichick had tarnished the legacy of the NFL. The Spygate scandal was not just a case of the Patriots violating the rules of the game, but it also raised broader ethical issues about the culture of cheating in sports. It highlighted the lengths to which some teams and coaches would go to gain a competitive advantage, even if it meant breaking the rules. The scandal also had serious consequences for the reputation of the Patriots, who were previously regarded as one of the most successful and respected franchises in the league. The controversy cast doubt on the team's previous successes and achievements, and left a stain on their legacy that they have struggled to overcome. Thank you for watching our video on the top scandals in sports. We covered some of the most notorious controversies in the history of sports, from the Lance Armstrong doping scandal to the FIFA corruption scandal. These scandals have had a profound impact on the sporting world, shaking the very foundations of the games we love. They serve as a reminder of the importance of fair play, respect for the rules, and upholding the integrity of the game. We hope you enjoyed this video and gained some insight into the world of sports scandals. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.